Welcome. I'm here at the 104th Grey Cup Festival. I'm standing here with a gentleman who played for the Toronto Argonauts. I know you won a Grey Cup back in
1991.
Lance Chomyc.
How do you do it?
You know, what I want to do is I want you to take you back to 1991 when you won the Grey Cup at that time. Talk about the different players that are involved and some stories that really stand up in your mind at that time.
Calgary's had an incredibly strong year. We're trying to set the record for the most victories in a season, and that's kind of how we were in 91. We were undefeated at home. We were 10-0 at the Sky Dome. Nobody could beat us at home, and we just had that aura, that feeling of invincibility that when we stepped on the field, everybody trusted in each other and knew exactly what they're going to do. And when you're able to roll out a Mike Pinball Clemens and a Rocket Ishmael and a Matt Dunnigan, and have these kinds of guys on your team consistently, and some of the great offensive linemen like Dan Ferroni and Chris Schultz, just from an offensive standpoint. On defense, you had Rodney Harding and Harold Hallman, some of the best defensive linemen, in history. Glenn Kulka. It was just great. On defensive backs, you had a Carl Brazy, you had a Reggie Pleasant, you had guys who just, were league all-stars to begin with. So we really were a fortunate team. And when you've got guys like that, you can feel pretty confident stepping up on the field.
You also had amazing ownership at that time. You had, I think, John Candy was one of them, and Wayne Gretzky, and also the former owner of the LA Kings. You want to talk about the community involvement that you had at that time?
They understood that community involvement was key, and that's what keeps it. This CFL is all about being a community-friendly league. That's what we do. We create this atmosphere. You look at the Grey Cup Festival over here. You look at all of the outfits that everybody has for their particular teams, the pins that they're wearing, how many Grey Cups they've been to over here. This is what they're all about. They're about the community. They're about supporting their team, but they're also about supporting the league. And no one ever apologizes for, hey, I'm a Riders fan, or I'm an Argos fan, I'm an Als fan. You're a CFL fan. And for us, that's first and foremost the most important thing.
Would you take a look at the CFL right now? What are some suggestions you may have to help improve the game so that we're here for another 104 years?
I think the game itself, on the product on the field, is fantastic. It is you can't stop watching it. It is by far and away the best football product that you can watch on TV. You're right, from a merchandising standpoint, can be an awful lot better over there. So we need some business partners in terms of getting the word out, getting the product out, getting the logos out, getting the making things available. It's if you want to go to the store and buy an Argo hat, you want to go to the store and buy an Als hat, you should be able to do that. That's got to be there, and that's up to sort of the corporate community to make sure those things exist. From a community standpoint, players are fantastic. We're over here, we're signing autographs. All the alumni have very strong associations for the various teams over there, so they have us out there signing autographs. They have us out there at alumni events. I coach high school football. So many of the former CFL players, Sam Lugs, who played with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, he coaches the same high school that I coach at. So we try to give back, the opportunities that we were given, and these are the kinds of things that these players can do to maintain that brand as the CFL goes forward.
I want to thank you for your time. As we leave right now, I want you to quickly show your Grey Cup ring that you won in 1991.
There we go.